Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the React Native series. And in today's video, I will be building out the feed for our application. So in the last video, we added our sign-in functionality using Firebase. And today we'll be building out this feed layout here. So the data for our feed will be coming from this endpoint here that I've set up. So we'll be getting all the images and videos to display on our homepage. So to get started, let's first add our heading to our screen. Okay, I'll import all the components that I'll need, which will be view, Flatlist as well. I'll need my style sheet and touchable opacity. Okay. I'll go ahead and copy that section. Okay. So I'll have my main view. I'll go ahead and copy that. Then I'll add my styling for my heading. Let's see. Let's give it a font size of 32. And a margin top of, let's say, 40. And a margin left as well, maybe of 13. 15, sorry. Let's see how that looks. Perhaps we can bring it lower a bit, 60. Then give it the font weight, bold. Okay. And then next we have our text input. Let's go ahead and import that. So this will be used to search for any videos or artist or a song title. I think I need to give my main view a width. Let me make it 100%. Or actually, let me just give it a flex of 1. Okay. Then for the text input, I'll just copy from my sign-in. I did use a text input here. So I'll just go ahead and copy that. Then I'll import use state as well to create a state for my input. Okay, and then I can go ahead and replace the values here. Then for the placeholder, I can go ahead and copy the text there. Then for my placeholder color, let's see, what color is this? Okay, let's make it black. Then I'll need to create a style as well for my text input. Then I can just go ahead and copy the styling here. So I've got a height of 39 pixels. The width, I'll just make it 90%. And for the background color, what do we have? Okay, let's do this. Okay, just copy that. And a border radius of 20. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. And then to center line all of this, let's just say justify content center. Oh, it's align items rather. Okay, so this has centered all of our stuff. So maybe let me put the text input in a separate view. And then I'll remove this align items. Then I'll call this text input view. And say flex, rather, let's say display flex line items group be center. Okay, much better. Let me add a padding to the left, make it 10, 15, and also a margin top of maybe 20. Okay, yeah, much better. Okay, now next up I'll need to create a view which will contain all my posts. So let's call this post view or main post view. And let's give that a width of 90%. Okay, and then we'll have our feed in here. So firstly, let me go ahead and create a state for my feed. And this will be an empty array. And I'll also need a use effect that I'll call whenever a user navigates to this page. We'll make a call to our endpoint. So here we'll get our feed. And to do that, we'll just go fetch, and then I'll just copy this, which should return back this JSON object with the list of all the posts that we need. So I'll just go then. So this will need to be converted to JSON. Then again. So what I need here is this response object. So maybe let me paste this in to my rested here so that you can get a better layout of what's. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so this should give you a better layout of what's being returned. So we have a response object which has a list of several posts. So what I need to get, or what I need to set as my feed, will be this response object. So I'll go ahead and say set feed bre dot response. Okay. And then I'll need an activity indicator. So while we're getting our feed, I need to display a loading indicator. And I'll copy from what component is that? Form success component, which has an indicator as well. So I'll go ahead and copy that. So we'll display the loading indicator if our feed is empty. So that will be if feed.length is less than 1, or if it's equal to 0, then we'll display the activity indicator. If not, then we'll display our feed. So let me just console log this to see if it's returning the correct data. Okay, so we are getting the data back. Now, go ahead and remove that. So to create the feed, I'll need the Flatlist component. And on this Flatlist, we can pass our response object, which will be all our posts, and then do render each item. So to do that, I'll go ahead and copy this section here. So I can replace that. And the data in this case will be feed. And then for render item, this will be our render function. So I'll put it here. And then what I'll do is I'll pass the item, and the item will be a specific index of our feed. So it will be maybe post 0, post 1, or post 2. So that will be the item that will be rendered. So in this case, it will be an object, which is our feed post object here. So that will be the unique item. So I'll pass the item, and I'll pass the index as well. Now, if I create a view, post, I'll call this post view. Now from my post view, I can get the post ID. So let me go ahead and get the post ID. So if I do that, you should see on the screen post ID being returned. So I'll just say item dot post ID. Okay, so for my key extractor here, so the key extractor basically extracts a unique ID for each element that's being rendered in our flat list. So in this case, I don't have any ID in my item. So to extract the unique ID, what I'm going to do is similar to my render item here. I'll also pass item and index, and then I'll return the post ID as a string, the post ID as a string as my unique identifier for each item that's being rendered. So the reason why it's not returning any item here, I think this should instead be a bracket, so like a render method, and then we should get our post IDs. So instead of having a anchor bracket, they just have a normal bracket which should function as a return statement, which should return back our post IDs. So now let's go ahead and add some styling. So the first part of our post view is this section here, which has the image of the artist, the name and the title of the song, and an options button. So let's go ahead and build that out. So we'll have a view right here at the top. And then in here, we'll have two more views. So we'll have one view that has our stuff on the left and another view that has this options button on the right. So this will be aim and title, and then this will be options. And let's give this some styling. Let's call it post title. And for our post title, we'll give it a width of 100%. Display flex, justify content, or flex direction rather. No, justify content. Space between. Should be styles. Oops. Let's put that in our text element. Okay. So now we need to give our post view a width of 100% as well. So as you remember, our main post view has a width of 90%. So if we make anything 100%, it should more or less be the same width. Let's just see how that looks. And or rather, let's give our main post view width of 100. Okay, and then we give it to justify content or align items rather. So display flex align items center. Okay, and then we'll give our post view a width of 90. Let's give our post title a background color. Okay, so I think what's missing there is we need to give this a flex direction, and it will be row. Okay, there we go. And what else is there? So our width, let's make it 80%. Okay, and then our post view, we need to center align our stuff. Post view, so it will be align items center. Okay, let's maybe make it 90. See how that works. And then our main post view, let's see if we remove that. Okay, there we go. So I guess we don't need this for our main post view. Can go ahead and remove that, and that works fine. And then for our post view, we can add a margin top of 20. Okay, there we go. Then we can remove the background color. That was just for getting the layout right. Okay, so now what I'll need here on the left side, let's start with the left side. So I'll need an image. So let me import that from React Native, and this will come on the left side here. And the image source will be, if we just go back to the results, so it will be item.artist photo. Okay. Then maybe let's add some styling to this image. Style will be actually, let's do this styles.artist photo. And we'll have a background color. This will be RGBA, so it will be black, but with the 60% transparency. Or 6% rather. Okay, and then width will be 50 and a height of 50 as well, and a border radius of 50. Let's call this image view. And for this, I'll need a what do you call it, a row layout. So display flex direction will be row. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, and let's have a view here. So we're still on the left side of our top post title rather. So next to the image, I'll have another view. And this will contain the artist's name and title of the song. So the first part will be post artist. Then the second part will be the song title. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Let's give this styling styles dot post title, or post artist rather, or let's say artist name. Okay, I'll just put it up here. And from our styling, so we have a bold and font size 16. Let's give our title some styling as well. And this will be font size 11. Opacity will be, let's see, oh, okay, let me just get the color. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, there we go. And let's call this view title view, I guess. Say styles dot okay, title view. And for our title view, we just need margin from left. Make it 15. Okay. And so everything in our post title has, well, in our image view has to be aligned. So if we go down to our image view, let's align that. So align items, center. Okay, then that should perfectly align our image and our what do you call it, titles here, well, artist name and song title. And then for our options, we'll just use an icon. Let's go to React Native icons. If you want to learn how to install React Native vector icons, there's a video I already did. I'll share that as well. You can go through that and see how you can go about installing these icons to your project. So for the icons, or for the icon rather, I'll just need an option icon, which will be, let's use simple lines icon. Where did we use icons? I think it was in the sign up screen. Was it? Yeah. So React Native vector icons, I'll go on ahead and copy that line. Okay, so right here we'll just have our icon. Name of our icon will be options vertical. Okay, there we go. And then maybe color, we give it the same color as our song title, which will be that color code there. And there we go. So this will be like an option, maybe to view more about the artist and stuff like that. And next thing, I think we need to align this section here with our options icon. So everything needs to be perfectly aligned. So that will be our post title. So we need to give that a what you call align items. So post title will be there. So we'll just say align items, center. There we go, perfect. Perhaps we can add another margin top for our post view. So maybe make it 40 instead of 20. Okay, there we go. And then next up will be our image view. Let's make it image. Okay, so the source of our image will be the cover photo. So if I go back to my results here, which will be, yeah, it will be this item here, which is the cover photo. So source will be URI item dot cover photo. Let's give this some styling as well. Width will be should be the same as our post title, which is about, let's see, 90%. Okay, and then height, now we'll give it a height of 200. And then while images are still loading, we'll have a background color, which will be the same as the artist photo. Okay, let's see how that looks. Let's see what the issue is. Oh, sorry. So instead of styles there, it has to be style. Okay, and there we go. And maybe let's add a margin margin top. Make it 20. And the border radius. Let's make it 10. Okay. Let's give our text input a margin bottom. Let's see, or text input view. Okay, much better. So so it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. Let's give it a margin bottom as well. So let's give our main post view a margin bottom. main post view, margin bottom, maybe 100. Okay, 200. Okay, much better. So what should happen now is that when we decide to, or when we click on a post, it should go to the video. So we have this video URL here. So what should happen is that when we click on a post, it should play the video, and the layout for that should be this one here, and it should have a list of like the next videos in the playlist, and that will be for the next what you call video that I'll be publishing.